Good morning, children. Today we will be starting with the chapter number 3, History. And the chapter name is The Delhi Sultans. So here in this chapter, we will learn about Delhi Sultans. Means Sultan, who were the rulers there in Delhi Sultanate. We will be learning about those rulers in this chapter. And it's our lecture number 1 of this chapter. Beta, if you remember that till now in history, whether we have learnt about ancient history or pre-medieval history, we did not read about Delhi. Means at the time Delhi was not the center or the capital of any of the kingdom. If you remember in ancient history in 6th standard we have done, there also we did not read about Delhi, and in pre-medieval history in chapter number 2, chapter number 1, we did not learn about Delhi. And if we talk about today's date, if we talk about daily world, so we can ask even a small child, the small child can answer that Delhi is the capital of India, capital of our country. So how it came in exist, how it became the center or the capital of India. So in starting, the Delhi, it came in exist as a capital or as a center as the on the time of Delhi Sultanate. So in this chapter we will learn about Delhi and Delhi Sultans. So the topics that we will cover in today's lecture, they are Delhi as center, importance of Delhi at the time, the rulers of Delhi. Here we will learn the famous rulers, famous dynasties there in Delhi Sultanate. Finding out about Delhi Sultans means the way how can we find out about Delhi Sultanate or the Sultans of Delhi. These topics we will be covering in today's lecture. So let's start with the topics. Delhi as center. If we talk about, as we talked that till now, till 12th century, we did not learn, you can say in 11th century, because in starting of the 12th century, it was the time of Delhi Sultanate. It established there in 12th century. So till 11th century if we talk about, we did not learn about Delhi as a center or as a capital of any of the big kingdom. Now Delhi became the capital of kingdom under the Tomar Rajputs. Means Tomar Rajputs, the first rulers of Delhi Sultanate, they were at the time of Tomar Rajputs, Delhi became the center or the capital of their dynasty. Then Tomar Rajputs, they were defeated by Prithviraj from Chauhans. As we discussed about him in second chapter also, in which we discussed that Chauhans were having the centers there in Ajmer and Delhi. Basically, firstly they were ruling there in Ajmer, then they defeated Tomar Rajputs there in Delhi. So that's why we learnt there that the main center of of Chauhans or Chahamanas, they were Delhi and Ajmer. Delhi Sultanate played the most vital role in transformation of Delhi, because earlier it was not any major center. At the time of Delhi Sultanate or the Sultans of Delhi, it became the center. That's why we can say Delhi Sultanate played an important vital role in the transformation of Delhi. So in this way Delhi became center of our country, or in at that time center of that particular dynasty. Now the important things those were going on in Delhi at that time. First of all, importance of Delhi. How it was important at the time. Many Jaina merchants lived there and constructed temples. During that time, near about in starting of 12th century, many Jaina merchants, they were living there in Delhi. That's why it was famous. And they constructed many temples there. Coins minted there that was known as Dahliwal. Means minted here means preparing of coins. So coins minted there. Coins were prepared there, and that coins that was known as Dahliwal. Cities in Delhi area were Delhi, Ai Kunha, Siri, Jahanpana. These were the main cities in Delhi area at the time of Delhi Sultanate. First is Delhi, Ai Kunha, Siri, Jahanpana. These were main cities basically. So at that particular time, in starting of Delhi Sultanate, these important things were going on there in Delhi. Now we will learn about the famous dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. Those ruled there in Delhi, they were the rulers of Delhi. Rajput dynasties, in which we talked about Thomas, early 12th century, and Thomas then were defeated by Chauhans and the famous ruler Prithviraj Chauhan. As we talked about him in chapter number 2 also, he was defeated by Muhammad Ghori in 1192. So these were Rajput dynasties ruled there in Delhi. The second, early Turkish rulers. Second dynasty Turkish rulers, in which Iltutmish, the second one, he was the famous ruler. Iltutmish was famous ruler of Turkish dynasty, and he was succeeded by his daughter Razia Sultan, the first sultan of Indian history. And we will talk about her later on also, that because of few reasons he ruled just for 4 years from 1236 to 1240, as at that time the you can say gender discrimination was there. That's why it happened that she ruled just for 4 years, 1236 to 1240. Then the next dynasty in Delhi Sultanate was Khilji dynasty. And in Khilji dynasty, the famous ruler was Alauddin Khilji, who expanded his area in Delhi Sultanate. The next dynasty was Tughlaq dynasty. And the famous ruler, if we talk about here, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And next to Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasties. So these are the famous dynasties in Delhi Sultanate who ruled over Delhi one after another. And after then we will be learning in third chapter that it was controlled by the another dynasties, in which we will learn about Babur, Humayun, Akbar. So this was all about the history of Delhi Sultanate, about the different rulers or different dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. In this way it came in exist as a center. So the next topic, finding out about Delhi Sultans, means as in history we know that we get different information from different sources. In 6th standard also we have done that we get information about history from different archaeological and literary sources. So here the main source, what was the main source by which we learnt about Delhi Sultans? We get information from inscription, coins, architecture, but the best way of getting information about Delhi Sultan are histories. It was known as histories. And basically these histories were famous as Tariq or Tariq. If we talk about Tariq, basically is a singular word and its plural Tariq. So the histories were famous as Tariq or Tariq, were written in Persian. They were written in Persian language because at that time Persian language that was the language of administration under Delhi Sultanate. Remember this, Persian language was the language of administration under Delhi Sultanate. So the main thing by which we get the information about Delhi Sultans, that was Tariq, or you can say Tariq. They were written in Persian, and Persian the administrative language of Delhi Sultanate. If we talk about the authors or the writers of these Tariq, authors of Tariq were learned men including secretaries, administrators, poets, etc. Means the learned people, they were writing Tariq or Tariq, and basically these authors or writers, they were writing about kings. As in history till now we learnt that whatever was written, the writers were writing about the kings in praise of them only. So here also they were not writing about the common people, they were also writing about kings. So what they were including, that also we will be learning here. What were the main features and where these learned people were living. Authors of Tariq means writers of Tariq or the histories. They lived in cities. Most of the authors, almost all authors, they were living in cities. They did not belong to villages. So they were writing about that only. They wrote their histories for sultans in hope of rich rewards. As every time we are learning that the writers, they were writing in praise of rulers or sultan. So and why they were writing? Because they were hoping for the rich rewards. Suppose if they were writing in favor of, in praise of sultans, definitely they were hoping for that sultans would give them rich rewards. They also advised rulers on governance. What means whatever the government, the rules they were having, on that also they advised the rulers. They emphasized the importance of rule based on birthright and gender distinction. Here these two words are really very important, birthright and gender distinction. Birthright, that is related to as people the privilege or the claimed on account of birth. The nobles, they claimed on account of birth. For example, they believed that nobles inherit their rights to govern because they were from certain families. If you listen carefully, you may find that the caste discrimination was there. Means the nobles, those were having the birth in noble families, they were having the right to govern. So this was advised by those authors or Tariq to the rulers. Gender discrimination or gender distinction, that was also based on, as they were thinking that men were superior than women. That also some of the example we will discuss in that. So let's discuss about the birthright and gender distinction. Birthright and gender distinction. Birthright, people believed that nobles inherit their rights because they were born in certain families, as they were thinking that nobles inherit their rights to govern. For the governments, they were having the rights as they were from noble families. So the caste discrimination it is showing. And then it was even opposed by one of the ruler, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In his administration, we found that the different people from different caste he included. So some of the exceptionals were also there. Gender distinction, social and biological difference between men and women. Here it is shown that at that time, during the time of Delhi Sultanate, gender distinction was present and social and biological difference was present between men and women. People thought that where men they were superior than women and women were inferior than men. So they were not giving they did not want that any of the women rule over any of the kingdom. And that example we will take as we talked that the Razia Sultana from Turkish dynasty, she ruled, she was the daughter of Iltutmish, but she faced different type of opposition due to that as woman she was ruling over a kingdom. Examples of gender distinction. As we talked about, Razia Sultana or Razia Sultan became Sultan in 1236 after the death of her father Iltutmish, the famous ruler or best known ruler from Turkish dynasty. As she was more able and qualified than her brothers, she was more able than her brothers, then also she faced opposition. She was dethroned in 1240 only for being a woman. She was woman, that's why she dethroned in 1240, just within 4 years. She was unacceptable to the nobles. The nobles of the society, they did not accept her. That's why she was dethroned in 1240 only, after 4 years. Another example of this gender distinction was Rudrama Devi. Rudrama Devi, she was ruling in Warangal, Andhra Pradesh. And she could rule only as she pretended as male. This Rudrama Devi from Andhra Pradesh, she ruled there as she changed her name on her inscriptions and pretended she was a man. That's why she was ruling, and due to what? Gender distinction. One another example was also mentioned there in your book. One of the interesting that comes from Didi. One of the another queen Dida ruled in Kashmir. Here the name Dida is written and the word comes from Didi or elder sister. She was ruling there in Kashmir. That was again one of the example of gender distinction. So these are some of the examples about gender distinction present there in at the time of Delhi Sultanate. So here in this chapter today we covered first of all Delhi as a center, means how Delhi became center of any of the kingdom. As we discussed that Tomar Rajput at the time of Tomar Rajputs in early 12th century, it became center or it became the capital of Tomar Rajputs. Then we have done, they were defeated by Chauhans and Prithviraj Chauhan, and so he ruled there. So at during that period of time it became capital, and after then we learnt about the rulers of Delhi Sultanate, means the dynasties those ruled over Delhi. Firstly Rajput dynasties, in which Tomars and Chauhans we have done. Then Turkish rulers we have done, in which famous ruler Iltutmish, and he was succeeded by his daughter Razia Sultan. Then Khilji dynasty, Alauddin Khilji, the famous ruler, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty. So these are the famous dynasties in Delhi Sultanate. Then we talked about how we got information about Delhi Sultans. As we know that about past we get information from different ways. Here also by coins, inscription, architecture, but the another or new thing we have learnt today, that is histories. Or history is basically Tariq or Tuarikh. Tariq singular word or Tariq plural word. This is the Persian word, or you can say Persian language was used as administration language in Delhi Sultanate. So then we have done about the authors of Tariq. Those were living in the city area, and they were writing about the rulers only for hoping for getting the rewards from them, and they also advised the rulers for different governance also, in which they discussed about birthright and gender distinction. Then some of the example of gender distinction we have discussed. So this is all about in today's lecture. Now, if we talk about homework, this homework you will do in your fair register. Only few questions today I am giving you, and very short question these are, because in starting of this chapter we just talk about the rulers of Delhi Sultanate. The first question is, which ruler first established his or her capital as Delhi? Here you will write which ruler first established his or her capital as at Delhi. Who were the authors of Tariq? Means the people, those were authors of Tariq. Land people in which we have done who were. There you will write. And the third is, name 5 dynasties that together made the Delhi Sultanate. So these only you will attempt, very short questions. I hope you have understood all the parts today that we have covered. We have covered Delhi as center. We have covered the main rulers of Delhi Sultanate, the dynasties those ruled over before Mughals, that we will be learning in next chapter. So all these topics, and then about the authors of Tariq and what they were writing there in Tariq, that we covered today. So please listen carefully and learn about these things, so that you will be able to learn the next topics of this chapter. Thank you and